Claude has released a tool today which people are portraying as a Figma killer. This tool allows you to design things with Claude and bring them to life using Claude code. Alright, so claude.ai/design is how do you access this? And this is the onboarding that you're able to see over here, where it's saying me a bunch of these things: make prototypes, import your team designs, and it's like a sort of like an onboarding flow for everyone who's starting for the first time, right? So I just wanted to show you this because I'm sure like I would not get this flow again. So you should be able to see this. So it's basically, it looks like from the demo that they are showing me, it's sort of like an extension of co-work, which also allows you to pick a folder and then, you can just do a bunch of these things. But again, they are launching sort of the same thing, like a co-work plus Claude Code extension. And yeah, I mean, I think the USP here is that it's deeply integrated with Claude Code, which is again like a great way for building something simple as a design, like a front end sort of thing. And because, Opus 4.7, which is the latest model that has been released, because it is so good at vision, like 3 times better than vision on Opus 4.6, the idea is that this would probably be a better edition, right? So we have now landed into the dashboard over here, and I want to get a quick look on what we can do. All right, so let's say I start with, let's say a prototype, let's say my new startup, let's say, and I create a high fidelity mockup, right? I don't want a wireframe. I actually want to see what's going on. So once you do that, you're going to land something in like this view. And by the way, this is actually a website. So this is not a desktop application right now, but I'm able to get a feel of that. This is something that they will very soon might bring into Claude desktop as well. In fact, let me check if it is already available in the desktop application. No, it doesn't look like it's not available in desktop. Anyway, so we have a design system, screenshot, code base, and drag in a Figma file. So you can also get a Figma file, which then Claude can use to work further. So let's say I'm going to give it like, I want to design a minimal SaaS application, sort of like an LMS. And I'm going to give it my own startup's website, which is Fermion.app, right? So we paid a designer a lot of money to actually build a bunch of landing pages for Fermion. I just want to see like if it can pick it up from the website link itself, or, let's figure out what it can do. All right. So once I gave it this, you can see that it got me a few questions, right? I'll just zoom in a little bit so that it's easier for you to read. So it says me, I will help you design a minimal LMS SaaS application. Before I start, let me ask some clarifying questions. I'll design an original LMS. I won't recreate Fermion app specific UI. I can use it as a loose inspiration for the product category, but the visual design layout interactions will be my own. Interesting. So it is asking me like a bunch of questions which are super relevant, right? Who's the primary user? I mean, obviously it's going to be both in most cases, right? I'm going to stick to coding bootcamps for now. Dashboard, home, course catalog, maybe course player, let's say, instructor dashboard, student profile. I think all of these are important, but let's not give it like too much pages for now. Visual direction wise, it's asking me for clear, linear or Notion style minimal. I think I would like that. Warm, neutral with muted pastels. So see, I'm not a designer at all, right? So I can only tell that this is looking good or this is not looking good based on when I see the final product. I can't talk about this, but I will just ask it to, maybe like explore a few options. Presentation format, one main screen, deeply polished with tweaks for variants, several screens as a clickable flow. Let's decide this, or maybe like, I'll just leave it to Claude itself. Which interaction should actually work? Okay, I'm assuming that this is not going to design like the whole website for me right now. So I would just leave it to Claude. What should be tweakable? I think again, like decide for me. I don't have a lot of preference here. Information density, I would want airy and spacious. Product name, let's say I give it Electron, which is technically a Fermion. So it's the same thing. And anything that should feel unique about it, the overall vibe, let's say, so it's basically, this one is like a taste prompt, right? Which it wants from a human. But anyway, let's continue. Let's see what it's doing. So it's doing something. It has taken the questions that I gave it. It came up with a progress thing, and I don't know like exactly what it is doing, right? So while it is creating this, let's just hop over to their official blog. Today we are launching Claude Design, a new Anthropic Labs product that lets you collaborate with Claude to create polished visual work like designs, prototypes, slides, all of that. Oh, this also helps you create slides. This is something I think I missed. So you can also create like one pagers and slides beautifully with AI now, apparently. Obviously, this is possible if you link it with a bunch of tools and it can operate it, but I think natively just helps, right? If it's able to do something natively, that's great. So you can do these bunch of things: product wireframes and mockups, design explorations, pitch decks and presentations, marketing collateral, and even frontier design. During onboarding, Claude builds a design system for your team by reading your codebase and design files. So you can also technically link it with codebase, right? There was this one option we saw initially where it asked me if I want to like mount a folder, which could be the codebase as well. So this is a collaboration thing. Designs have organization scope sharing. You can keep a document private, share it so anyone in your organization can view. So they are building it for teams, not for individual designers. I mean, you can use it as an individual, but that is the core focus. You can export it to Canva, which is big. So this is like a first class integration with Canva itself. And if you want, you can also hand it off to Claude Code. When the design is ready to build, Claude packages everything into a handoff bundle that you can pass to Claude Code with a single instruction. So again, this is something that probably makes it much more easier for designers to also build applications end to end, at least the front end flows and screens. And of course, like Claude is smart enough to understand that if it has all the context, it can also build a backend, like minimal backend sort of. Awesome. So we see Canva, we see Brilliant, Datadog as well, which is interesting. These are the only three products that we have seen. And this has definitely led to some turbulence, right? If you look at Figma stock, it's actually down today about 7.5%. And even Adobe is down. So this is likely because of this announcement. But if you don't believe in Claude Design, or if you don't believe, this is going to be a game changer, then it's also your chance to maybe buy the dip. Adobe is not as much down as Figma. Figma is like almost like 7.5%, 8% down now. And it's increasing as I'm staying on this page, which sounds like bad luck. I also have some stocks of Figma, but I mean, like, in a world which is governed by these frontier AI labs, you can't do much except just see the world burn in front of your eyes, right? As I see like the stock going from 7.34% to 7.68% now. Anyway, so Claude is still working on this. We do have something initially. So the UI is definitely different. Even though this is a website, they are doing something interesting. So I can open these files, icon.jsx, data.jsx. So it's still creating, but I can still go ahead and take a look inside this. You can obviously see that they have not put in enough effort for syntax highlighting, at least for now. So this is completely non-highlighted syntax wise. So they're not expecting you to read a lot of code here. There's also this page. I don't know if this would work or not, but yeah, it's not working as of now. So let's wait for it to actually complete whatever it is doing. So inside this import, you will see a couple of more things, right? You can upload a Figma file, which you already saw. You can also link your GitHub, grab a web element, link code folder, which is probably you mounting a local folder from the file system. And then you also have skills and design systems. I don't know why this is an import. So you can use like these design systems and skills, which are inside Claude directly. And you also have the ability to change the model here, right? So we are working with Opus 4.7 right now. This also, by the way, uses your subscription, right? It does not need an API or anything. I'm using it on website, but you can use a subscription, Max subscription, Pro subscription on this. And I do feel this is going to be a little token heavy. The good thing is that today I did not use Claude a lot. So we'll actually be able to see what's going on. Yeah, so it's not using much, I feel. Like right now, it just shows me 1% usage. But I don't know like what's going on here. Let's wait for it. While we are waiting for this, I also came across an interesting news which stated that Anthropic's CPO leaves Figma board after reports he will offer a competing product. And funnily, this happened yesterday, like just a day back. And just in one day, they have launched sort of a product which is coming after Figma. Obviously, this is not as versatile and as complex as Figma, and you can't do a lot of these things, which as we will see. But this is something interesting, right? So obviously, they have not built the whole product in one day. That means Anthropic CPO was in fact on Figma's board, which was a conflict of interest. I would say if you're building a competitor, you can't be involved with the company actively, right? That just doesn't feel right. But again, like something you guys should know. Awesome. So we have something we can use right now. I'm a little zoomed in, so I'm just going to zoom out so that you actually get a real view of what Claude has done. And I'm going to be honest, this actually looks great, I would say. like I did not expect it to be this good in the first thing itself. And I mean, like this looks super modern, right? I am somebody who has built a learning management system and an LMS startup, and we have paid like designer as well a lot of money in order to build these systems. I would say the overall look and feel looks great. There are some elements, for example, learner and instructor. You almost always would not need this, or at least you will. If you need this, it will be conditional, right? Because for any learner who's not an instructor, you just don't need this view. But again, for instructors who are also learners, this is actually like good. And if you're somebody who's not a designer yet, but you still want the AI automation in your life, you should check out today's sponsor, Claude AI. Claude AI is the simplest way to set up OpenClaw for yourself. It comes with hundreds of integrations already available, so these are just one-click additions to your existing OpenClaw. And the setup time for Claude AI is under 5 minutes. There is no manual setup required. There is nothing as such that you have to do spin up your own computer, any of that sort. You get a managed version from Claude AI which runs on actual real hardware issued to you, completely isolated, and starts at only $19 a month. Claude AI is also one of the only providers that allow you to link iMessage directly with your OpenClaw bot. That means you can use iMessage directly for talking with your OpenClaw whenever you want. You can bring your own AI models through OpenRouter, or you can use Claude AI credits as well, whatever suits you. You're gonna find all the links in the description to get started with Claude AI. And now back to the video. So this is cool. The overview screen is definitely good. We have enrollments and revenue. We have scheduled session, which is like one of, again, like it depends on the kind of instructor that you're working with. Some people want to take live classes all the time. Some other people might just have recorded courses, right? So I'm gonna give it something. This looks great in terms of the visual appeal, I would say. But I definitely feel that there are some lessons here, or there are some things which can be rearranged or which can be added or removed, right? What I want to say is that the UI, the feel, the look is good, right? If Claude is designing a design system for you, this is something that I can go by. I would want to change the widgets. I would want to replace, for example, I would not want average rating here. I might want like a dynamic dashboard. Depending on what the instructor is doing, we will have widgets. Similarly, what the learner is doing, we'll do that. There are some obvious mistakes. For example, in case of, the button, the icon for resume, it's actually showing us Unicode. But overall, as a first attempt, this is good, right? There, obviously, this is a little bit buggy, but I don't know. Let's see what I can do. So I can edit it over here. Okay, so this is something I can change quite easily, right? So if I want to change this to JavaScript fundamentals from basics, something, if I just want to create a prototype, you can see like this is super easy to edit and understand. There is no code as such over here. I don't know what exactly are they doing right now. They are most likely using something. I mean, they do show the code. So I don't know like what exactly they are doing. If this is like a design system or, something that they have built custom, but it's super easy to edit and, just do these things. I can also draw something. I don't know what that means exactly. So let's say instead of this enter symbol that is there, can I ask it, what can I do? It says me type anywhere to add a note, right? So let's say, can you change this to a play icon instead of enter icon? Very cool. Very cool. I can just write anywhere. It appears as a note. Okay, now I can send it. Okay, so it shows me couldn't capture screenshot. Interesting. Let's try this again. Again, like this is like a first release. Awesome. So it just automatically reloaded for some reason. So it's definitely buggy. I would not say this is like ultimate thing, but let's try this again. Can you add a play icon here instead of enter key? And hit enter. I'm gonna hit send, and okay. So it actually, what it did, oh, this is smart. So this is nothing like revolutionary as such. This uses the model itself, right? So it just sent the screenshot. I don't know if I can zoom over it. So it basically what it did is that took the full screenshot of the page, including the changes that I made and including the note that I had, and it just sent the model, right? And because this is something which Opus 4.7 is actually good at, as they have said, like it's much better at details, small details inside screenshot, it is like a good read for this, right? So it says that it has done this, but I don't see this. I'm assuming that there is some problem. I'll have to refresh the page. Yep. So the updates are not again applying properly. So you would have to you'll find some things here and there which are not right, but this is super cool, right? This is actually really good. And even, the learner's interface, like the player and the sidebar on the right, assignments. This looks very neat, very cool. And I think like, just not just developers now, I would feel like designers are also going to have a super hard time because see, I'm not gonna make any predictions. I'm just gonna say what I feel. We paid a lot of money when we were redesigning Fermion's marketing pages as well as internal dashboard, internal pages to a bunch of designers, to agencies, all of that. And they gave us a design which looks decent, which looks nice. I'm not complaining, but something that I got in a single prompt, which I feel at least in the design, in the looks, I'm not talking about the UX. Obviously, there are a bunch of things that can be changed. For example, this does not make a lot of sense. And what happened to the empty state here? So I agree on those things, on those parts. But the overall look is sophisticated and clean enough for me to just borrow all the ideas, right? That this is how the sidebar should look like. This is what the font should be. This is how the spacing generally should look and feel like. Because if you're not a designer, these are the things that you will actually get wrong. I don't know if this happens with you or not. I'm not a designer, but I have a tell. I can tell whether something is looking good or whether something is not looking good. I can't possibly tell what is wrong with that thing which is not looking good, but I can definitely tell you that this design is good. And the thing is that this is so cheap to build, right? I can just go ahead and I can ask it to build me another, sort of design look and feel. Like this is a light mode. I don't know if we can toggle dark mode or anything. But again, this is super good, right? I can just leave comments on issues. I can send it to Claude. I can draw, I can point this. So, Claude can also see like what I'm drawing here. This is something wrong. This is something right. I can change color. I also have, this panel over here. Oh, so we also have dark mode, right? I forgot to see this. We have this airy and dense mode. We have the sidebar in full and mini mode. So again, like this is, for example, this is not really looking good. So what I can do is I can come here. I can say Claude is, can we make this better? I'm liking this already, right? I think this is like such an interesting way of working for design. I mean, I'm not a designer, so I've not really worked with these tools like Figma and all a lot. But yeah, very, very, very cool. I think this is definitely gonna be something that will hurt existing tools and existing systems that were either not using AI at all for designing or were using AI, but what not as good. So I'm not saying like nowhere this is a replacement for a really good designer, like a state-of-the-art sort of person who knows their way, who knows their UX and they have a taste. But come on, guys, you can't be serious that this is not a good development over the last few years. This is something that if you go back 5 years, you can charge like $5,000 for a project like this. If you develop all of these screens like end to end, obviously this needs some more work. $5,000 to $10,000 easily. And people will pay for it. Now we are getting it for 20% of token window in a 5-hour limit. I mean, that sounds ridiculous. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I love the tool. That would be my first look and first impression of this. There are obviously bugs in this, but you can't be serious. You don't want Anthropic to ship everything perfect 5 years later. They can definitely perfect the tool and they can perfect everything that they're doing. But I really, really like the tool overall as a first impression. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you in the next video very soon. If you're still watching, make sure you leave a comment, "I watched till the end" below to tell me that you were still here and let me know what do you think about the video.